Oh. What I want to talk about here is a very, has been absent at that time the successor will be able to take leadership. Am I a successor? I don't remember. Alright. No, it's not. Alright, great. So, yeah. What I want to talk about was Barbarians. So, this is my final segment. I'm going to mute the music for now. Alright. So let's get down to brass taxes. Barbarians, really cool characters. They're awesome. You know, look at me. I'm a Warforged barbarian. I'm a dude. I got a gigantic axe. Really fun. When they revamped the trees here, they made a bunch of changes to the trees, and they made a lot of really good changes. So barbarians have this real problem of that, and they've always had this problem ever since beta. They have a ton of life, tons of health, and no way to heal it back. So you need to have pretty much a dedicated healer sitting there and going, okay, well, this barbarian has 290 health, so I'm just going to keep going and like wand whip and then cast a spell and then wand whip and then cast a spell just to keep this barbarian alive. You know, I remember back in the day doing Vila the Red Dragon, and you'd have one barbarian tanking the dragon, and you'd have all 11 other players wand whipping the barbarian to keep him alive while he killed the boss. Um, it was awesome. It was cool. It was an interesting way to use the mechanic, and barbarians kind of evolved that way, but they weren't extremely strong from the standpoint that they do a lot of damage, but they just have a lot of health. They didn't really have a lot of ways to heal. In fact, they had no ways to heal. And Turbine corrected this, and they did it in a really neat way. Every single one of the Barbarian trees, the Frenzied Berserker, Occult Slayer, and Ravager, has a way that allows you to choose how you want to heal. So if you are kind of like the very focused person, you want to have a lot of control over exactly when you heal, Occult Slayer is for you, because you get the ability One Spirit. It allows you to burn your weapon bond so that you build up with your weapon, and then very quickly heal yourself for a large burst of energy. So if you're the kind of person that like loves having lots of lay on hands as a paladin, that kind of thing, it's a fantastic ability. It allows you to choose exactly when you want to get that healing, um, and it's really good. Next, you have the Frenzied Berserker. Frenzied Berserker gives you accelerated metabolism, so just while you're raging, you heal 3 to 18 health every 4 seconds. So it's just heal over time. So this is great if you're the kind of player that just kind of wants to have healing in the background. You don't really want to think about it that much. And I mean, there's ways to scale it for sure. It's not like bad, and it's even good for certain areas where you're taking a lot of constant damage. So for example, if you're doing a fight like if the Reaver's Fate, the back in the day where everyone's taking constant lightning damage, that would have been a good thing to have because you're constantly healing yourself just slowly and over time. Um, so it's not a bad ability to have, especially in areas where you're not directly in combat with things because it's going to be healing you, and you get to and that's the second way. The final way is the Ravager one, which is blood strength, which is essentially as long as you're damaging people, you have a chance to heal yourself. Um, and that's really good. The heal isn't amplified. It's amplified the same way as the others, with the 12% melee power, but this generally rewards you for faster attack speeds, and you heal even more when you kill people. So as long as you're dealing the most damage with blood strength, or if you're just happen to be soloing, that kind of thing, so you don't have to worry about other people taking the kills, you're going to be healing a lot more. So all three of these provide a different playstyle, whether you're the kind of like trigger happy, I'm slamming the button, I'm healing myself right now, the kind of more passive, I just want this heal over time, and you still have other methods, maybe like potions, maybe you're a halfling, so you have the healing thing, something to augment it. And then finally, you are the kingpin. You deal the most damage, so you don't need to worry about like actually landing the heal. No worries, because you deal the most damage, you're going to be getting the kills, and you hit really quick. Maybe you have lots of double strike, that kind of thing, and that way you can keep your hit points replenished as long as you're always fighting. So these are great, and I'm really glad they did that. And not only did they do that, and they made these healing effects so great, they also added into each of the barbarian trees a lot of positive healing amplification, which is awesome. It means that if you're playing a barbarian, you can keep yourself alive decently well with a ton of healing amplification. So the fact that you have the highest health of any character class in the game, and you get a lot of health from the base tree is like plus 60 health, or like this one plus 150 health, a lot of health. Even though you have the highest health of any character class in the game, because of the healing amplification that goes along with it, even other people healing you, it's not like they have to chug away at their mana. If you have 2,000 health, you can probably get healed for 2,000 for someone else's heal spell by having a lot of healing amplification. So for example, this Warforged Barbarian, I have a healing amplification of 50. Great, so I can actually keep myself alive. But that's the good. That's great. I really like the way they did that. I really like the way they implemented it. And Barbarians feel unique. They don't feel like fighters. They don't feel like rangers. They have their own different playstyle. Slaughter doesn't work. Don't use this ability. It doesn't work. But they have their own unique playstyle, and they have a lot of really cool effects in the way they interact with each other, and the healing. But yeah, there's a problem. There's a big problem, and it's a big glaring hole. Uh, I'm a Warforged, so as a Warforged, I don't want positive healing amp. I'd want repair amp, because I want to improve my repairing skills. Uh, but whatever, fine. Healing amp is fine. The problem is all the healing is positive. It's positive energy. Even though here it says accelerated metabolism, heal 3d6 hit points, it's not healing, it's positive energy healing. If you get one spirit, it's positive energy healing. And blood strength is, you guessed it, positive energy healing. So I don't understand why it's positive energy. As far as I can tell, you're playing a barbarian, and if you're doing accelerated metabolism, or blood strength, you get really pissed off. You get so angry that when you kill people, you feel stronger. Whether you're a wooded or like a living, natural, breathing creature, or a barbarian, not a barbarian, a warforged. Warforged still have some life parts. They can still be healed by that, but it I always imagined that it was the barbarian was literally sustaining itself through blood strength by just pure rage. You get so angry that you get health back when you kill people because you become more angry, you become more ready to fight. Even accelerated metabolism, that when you rage, your body is reconstructing itself. Um, and the Warforged can reconstruct themselves. When Warforged die, and this is important, this is very important. I don't know if it's part of the Warforged body here. It might say it. Warforged traits. As part of the Warforged traits, I guess it's not in here. It used to be in here, its own description. So you automatically stabilize as a Warforged. You don't bleed out. And after a short period of time, you get this little thing. It's like, auto repair systems activate because your body is naturally healing itself. That's something they put into the game itself. So the accelerated metabolism, this one, the one spirit, and blood strength should be healing. It should be affected by both positive energy and repair amplification. It should be just like the healing potions that you get or the ones out of the store. It should not be just positive energy healing. It should be healing in general. And the reason I say this is because it's really dumb that as a Warforged, if I want to get healed by my own abilities that belong to my own class that are not positive, they're not even good. It's not divine magic. Uh, it's just pure rage and pure anger that's healing me, or my own internal function, or my own internal systems. That should be amplified, like regardless. You know, I shouldn't have to put points into something unrelated to reduce the penalty to positive healing, just so I can heal myself with my own abilities from my own class. Now I know what you're thinking. Okay, artificers, you have to put feats in to be able to repair yourself. That's separate, because artificers can use wands. They have access and scrolls easily. They can still easily heal themselves. But this was the be-all end-all barbarian healing themselves solution. There's no reason for this to be positive energy. It should just be straight healing and take on whatever effect it is. I have a real bone to pick with the way repair amplification was treated. It's very easy to get healing amplification. Healing amplification is absolutely everywhere. You get 20 just for being in a guild, so there it is right there. Bathhouse, you get 20. Humans can easily get another 20 right away, so that's 40. Most classes have some built in. So this barbarian, I've got 50 just from my tree. I've got 10 there, and I got 10 there, and I got 10 there. So it's really easy. Just get it out of the tree for most character classes. Everyone's got some from the tree. You can get the Purple Dragon Gloves that give you 60, so that's an extra 60. Um, it's really easy to get 110, 150% healing amplification. It's so easy to get healing amplification that my last character, my last life, when I was playing a Blade Forged Paladin, I had so much healing amplification that without putting a single point, not even 1 point in Healer's Friend, it was actually easier for me to heal myself with positive energy, even though Blade Forged have an extra 5% off of the total. So I get my healing amplification is cut in half afterwards. So if I get healed for 200, that's cut in half because I'm a Warforged, and then I lose an extra 5% off of that, so I'm going to get healed 95 uh, because I'm a Blade Forged. So, but that was still a better option than repairing myself. I actually put points in the Blade Forged tree. I took the reconstruction, and it didn't heal as much as when I just cast my own Cure Serious spells out of the spell book. Uh, and that's just strange, and that's just weird, and it doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know. I feel like this is one of the situations that could be looked at or thought about because the way they implemented the healing into the Barbarian, it feels natural. It makes sense with the character. Either with the Occult Slayer that you form a bond with your weapon, and then you it's like there's a spiritual, or some kind of power within the weapon from the bond that you formed. But your weapon is a piece of metal. Why can't the metal heal you if you're also metal? If you're also a weapon? Barbarians, if anything, the Warforged Barbarians would be the most rigid occult slayers because they're the ones that were birthed by magic. They would feel closest to it, and they would be the ones who would, be the most against it, if anything. You know, the blood strength. When you kill people, you get more angry, and you want to kill more people, and it keeps you alive. Why is that exclusive to to squishies? So that's my discussion. Um, so if you guys have any thoughts about that, I'd love to hear what you think about this subject. It's just one of those things that's always bugged me, um, because they did such a good job with the way that the barbarians heal, and it feels so intuitive when you play the class. And once you hit level 12 and you actually get these, it feels awesome because you have this really cool way to keep yourself alive, and you chose it. You chose this one or you chose that one, and it feels meaningful. Unless you play a Warforged, then you just get half because you played Warforged.